For more on this now, I'm joined by Yucel Acer. He's a professor of international law in Ankara at Yildirim Beyazit University. Professor, thank you so much for your time this morning. So President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has made his stance on Sweden's bid to join NATO very clear. He has said it's not going to happen because they have breached that memorandum of understanding. Stockholm wants to be part of NATO, though. So why do you think they've not complied with that memorandum and have allowed things like the burning of the Quran we saw just not that long ago to actually happen?
Yeah, first of all, politically speaking, Sweden and Finland could feel that they are ready to be a NATO member, just like United States sometimes, announces that they are ready to be a NATO member. These are all political matters. Of course, they have a very long land and sea border with Russia. They feel quite threatened by Russia. And the United States, many other NATO members, try to increase the strength of NATO in many terms, especially against Russian threat at the moment towards European countries. That's quite politically understandable, but legally speaking, first of all, NATO is an ally, so all the members should have enough respect for the security concerns of other countries, including Turkey. They feel threatened by Russia, but PKK and some other terrorist organizations are threatening Turkey for many years. These are quite serious and real threat to Turkish national security. So NATO, concerning the membership of Finland and NATO, they are expected to be quite concerned about the Turkish national security, just like Turkey is a member country who is concerned with the security concerns of these countries. Legally speaking, they have signed a memorandum with Turkey just after the Russia-Ukraine war started. This memorandum is actually opening a way for Turkey to support the membership of these two countries. According to memorandum, they promised to fight against terrorist organizations. And the names of these organizations are in the memorandum, like PKK, YPG, and also FETÖ. They are all named as terrorist organizations threatening Turkish national security. Mm-hmm. Finland and Sweden are expected to fight against these terrorist organizations inside Sweden and mm-hmm. Finland. So far, Finland seems to have complied with the memorandum so far. But as far as Sweden is concerned, there are clear evidences that they are not really actually applying the terms of memorandum. They allow the terrorist demonstrations in the streets of Stockholm. They also, threaten Turkey and the president of Turkey, and all these are happening in the eyes of the security forces of Sweden, and they haven't done anything to prevent mm-hmm. such kind of things. Legally speaking, these are all against the concept of freedom of expression as defined by European Court of Human Rights. There are limits to freedom of expression.
Professor, sorry to interrupt you there. I'm just wondering, though, if everything that has happened in the recent months, the war in Ukraine, NATO, Sweden rather, and Finland trying to join NATO, and having the PKK and its activities being brought up more and more in the international realm, if that has strengthened Turkey's case against the group itself, which is a terrorist organization as designated by the US and EU, that legally speaking now there will be more emphasis placed on cracking down on the PKK and its activities, particularly in Europe.
Yes, that's right. First of all, there are clear European international law conventions that requires the member states to fight against these kind of organizations. European Convention on Terrorism, signed in 2005, obliges countries, to fight these kind of organizations together. So Sweden is expected to hand over the suspected or convicted members of terrorist organizations. That's the first element. The second one is that they should crack down any activities inside these countries, concerning financial supports and on some political supports or security supports or intelligence supports, all these kind of activities should be cracked down by Swedish government according to the international convention signed among the European countries. If that does not happen, as the president of Turkey recently emphasized, there would be no way that Turkey would support the membership of Sweden as far as these attitudes are continuing. The events came to that point that they even dare to burn Quran just to harm Turkish people's feelings or Muslims' feelings. All these are happening in Sweden, and Sweden seems to be doing nothing to prevent these kind of activities, although legally Sweden is, as a country, obliged to prevent such kind of activities inside Sweden.
Professor, thank you so much for your time and breaking that all down for us.
Thank you.